for Deponeret. They're actually going to spawn towards B, and they kind of pick up the pace straight away. Every single one with body armor. They are... This is the Glock train rolling in, and it's been armored as well. They're just charging through without anything, and Smith, he's executing the Danes right as they come in. That's now a triple kill for Smith, looking for the quad, but he's going to have to reload. He's got time for it as well. Pimp comes in, and absolutely flawless fashion here from Smith that we were just talking about. Beautiful way to start for LDLC.
Damn straight. That's about that all of a sudden any doubt that I had. I mean, granted it's the pistol, granted it's the first round, and they were running through smoke, all that jazz, right? He had everything going for him, Smith. So he was playing for the perfect position to deal with that rush. Still, that's some solid work to keep your cool and still pick up 4 frags. So nicely done there by Smith. But that's one thing that they're gonna have to worry about here, LDLC. What the hell are Deponeret gonna throw at them? Because Deponeret know damn well that they're the underdogs. They're going to have to throw some crazy stuff to try and catch LDLC off guard. LDLC are the ones who it might be a bit difficult for, just because they don't know what to expect from this team.
Yeah, and I think this is one of those things where you also kind of can tell that Deponeret is not the same kind of locked-in team as LDLC is. Because when you get this B spawn, if this is matchmaking, you spawn to the left-hand side of the bomb site, you do just think, well, maybe just try for a B push. But once the smoke goes off and you're running through the smoke, it's really, really hard to deal with. So I think Deponeret just kind of rolling with the flow as it is. You know, they're just kind of going with whatever sticks here.
It's a higher risk maneuver because, yeah, of course, the smoke is down, but then it's not like that smoke isn't a brick wall like it should be with a rifle on the other side, right? Because if the guy's got the pistol, maybe you can get through if he's not hitting his shots. He can't just spray you down like he can with an M4. So I'm not totally averse to them going for the risk. It's just they needed like a flash or something to give them a little bit of an edge versus Smith's there. Oh, yeah. Look at this clever play, though.
Well, they're making their way in the middle. They wanted to. That would have been nice if they could have sandwiched their in, especially with Pimp being up on short as well. They could have caused some damage if they'd got one opening kill, but they obviously didn't. They're getting completely shut down. I think you're right about the flashbang, though. I mean, they could have done exactly what they did, and just one guy, instead of buying armor, buys flashbangs and smoke. One throws the flash in through the smoke. His team, they turn around, look the other way, and then smoke. When flashbang pops, they run through. They use the smoke at the doors and put the bomb down or something like that. I think that could have been better with the single flash. I think you're right about that.
Just a moment, Anders. I'll be right back.
Fair enough. In the meantime, Smith has an AWP, Shox has an AWP, so LDLC not wasting any time here, ladies and gentlemen. They're just going to go straight for the double up setup, which is so feared on Dust 2, and for good reason. Most extremely, I think, played by Titan when they had Callie and Kenny doing that, but it's been replicated by a bunch of other teams as well, and not really sure even Titan is the sort of the original inventors. Don't really care who is anyway, but it's a powerful setup. Nico has one up on the other team, and we'll have to see how Deponeret can come up with a way through. It looks like they do want to go pretty heavy on short, and then leaving Kirby down here on long, unless they decide to fake it out, which could also be a thing. Right now, this particular smoke actually does seem like they want to go for a B split, because the bomb is in upper, so smoke goes down towards CT spawn. Bomb in upper is a big indication that we will end up at the B bomb side. In the meantime, Pimp jumps into CT spawn, is going to be rushing through. He knows nobody's there. They have a lot of information to work with right now, the Danish team. Kiyoshima's here with the max 7, though. AC takes some pellets, a little bit more there. Smiths is down, and so is Kiyoshima. A great push here from the Danes. Very well played. And that is going to be a 4-3 situation. And that was very well played by Deponeret. A nice tactical maneuver coming out from the terrorist side. Kirby waiting here, and it's going to be MBK to take him down, but a good return kill will even it out, or actually give the advantage to the Danish team. Nico finding a second kill of the round for himself, leaving just Shoxy in a 1-on-3. So to go through what happened, as Pimp jumps down and actually makes his way into CT spawn, he knows that nobody's there. They have the smoke here just in case, but that means they can just freely run out and go into the bomb site, and they always have one guy coming in from here as well. And that makes it really, really hard to defend the B bomb site if you're alone inside. Even with 2 people, there are so many entrances. 1, 2, 3 to be counting exactly. And that's just very hard to deal with. They tried their best LDLC, but it wasn't going to be that one time. It's a maneuver you can't execute every single round, because eventually the CTs are going to have a better setup. But this time they didn't.
Sorry about that, Anders. Oh, nice shot by Nico to pick off Kiyoshima. He's not going to get Smith, though. I went sprinting after Ben, and then I got locked out of the office. So, luckily somebody was here to actually open the door. Because otherwise I would have had to wait for him to get back from Max, and that would have been very sad.
Oh, no. Ooh. Shoxy will take down Fetish, though. I mean, it's really important for LDLC that they don't lose this round. Ecoing so early on is never fun if you're on the CT side. And like we've been sort of talking about, all LDLC really need is to win this map and put themselves on Inferno, and then it's going to be good times. Oh, look at Kirby. That was a very, very nice pre-aim almost, just realizing that MBK could be holding that spot.
Happy, though. He's going to be in a bit of a sad spot, though. Great flash shell. Opens things up for him. He's allowed to come through the smoke and pick off Pimp. Kirby at long. Happy just missing the timing, but Kirby spots him out, so now they know exactly where Happy is, and Kirby gets him despite the smoke.
Really well played. He's going to go for a little bit more. He's flashed in the meantime, and Nico's going to pick up the bomb up here. Smokes off once would have been great with a smoke down CT spawn to keep LDLC back, but it's not quite going to happen. Shox, is he going to make the jump and shoot? He won't this time. And the bomb is planted for long. Unfortunately, the roles are mixed around a little bit here because it should have been Nico down long with the AWP and Kirby close with the AK. And that isn't the case. Kirby, he has to help out here. He's looking the wrong way. Nico's going to go down. Kirby with another headshot. And now making it a triple before he goes down. It was looking so promising, Semmler, but Smith has time here.
What was that shot from Smiths? That was like full on, all out, not stopping. Just sit down, son shot there. That was sick. Okay, Smiths. Smiths has still got his eye in 7-0-1 right now. And that's a bit of a problem for Deponeret because now that's kind of messed up their money. They're going to be able to get 3 guns. 4 guns, actually. Nice force there by Pimp. No helmet. Okay, that's how he does it.
Yeah, which is a bit of a risk against the 3 M4s that are on the other team. I mean, gets headshot once, that's not going to be fun at all. Fetish, though, grenade out long, and look at the Danes. They're really not slowing down here. They're going really fast. Nico showing he could use the AK as well to pick up the kill, and Happy's hiding in the smoke, gonna flash, no, actually smoke off once more, and he's sort of just creeping into the angle. Look at where he is in case you guys can't see. Waiting right there, comes out of it and takes down Fetish, and now it's really, really interesting. He's going to run away and leave Nico down on long.
This is brilliant play. That smoke is just about to clear. Now Nico could be exposed, but Nico turns around. He gets spotted, though. Happy with some spray. This is such an important duel, though. Happy has to win it, essentially. He has to shut Nico down. But he's not going to make it. He gets caught.
And Pimp also taking down Smith. It's all up on Kiyoshima. That's a great headshot on Nico. He goes for more, but he can't take down Pimp, who gets a triple kill. And Deponeret, the force-up, which I didn't say, but I actually thought it was a bit too much. I thought not having the AWP on Nico is such a big, it's a pretty big letdown on Deponeret's side if they don't have that AWP, but it worked out fine. Well, not fine, but it worked out at the end.
I think this is going to be the one factor that makes a difference here for Deponeret, and that's going to throw LDLC off their game. The one that I mentioned earlier, the fact that LDLC don't know what to expect out of Deponeret. Is it going to be aggression? Is it going to be slow play? Right now, what they're experiencing is all-out aggression, and they may not be prepared for just that much pressure early on in the round. We're so used to seeing teams use the first 45 seconds of a round to set up a play before actually executing that this might catch LDLC off guard.
It could. Definitely could. Oh, Kiyoshima, the Deagle, it does so much damage. Look at it. Fetish down on 7 health. Pimp on 65. A bit of a smoke going off there on Smiths. He wanted to just catch someone crossing over, but they're not really going to give him the chance. Now, bomb is being planted, and someone is covering the window entrance here. Upper Dark. Fetish is making sure that... Well, he's trying to make sure. He only got 7 health. He could actually give up a Galil for free here. And I think he's a little bit nervous. He should try and switch with Nico, yeah. And that's exactly what they're doing. Good job.
Yeah, this is looking pretty solid, though. I mean, it's going to be 2 guys, lower dark, trying to hold them off. They're trying to just box Deponeret onto this B site to make sure that somebody goes up with the bomb. Nico's taking a lot of damage at this point. He needs to get away. Pimp is now going to try and clear the way here, but NBK is still alive, and he finds Nico, nearly takes out Pimp as well.
Kirby with 2 really good kills there, and is anyone going to die to the bomb? Happy even going to survive. He's right behind them, and he almost got a second kill in there. So only Nico going down, and the Danes doing a pretty decent job of always trying to make sure that the person with the most health is in front. But, I mean, LDLC showing even with the pistols that they do actually dish out a lot of damage. A quick pause in here as the ESL wire just needs to be updated, and then he'll be back on the server. Luckily, it happens at the end of a round, so no big issue there. 8th round coming up. 3-4 scoreline. Pretty even game so far, but I think it's too soon to say who's really winning it.
PIMP, Pimp cannot go for the shrug face. The number of times we've waited on him to restart at halftime with the wire, he is not allowed to complain if Smith decides He needs to take a restart real quick and just get things sorted out. Because damn, Pimp, like I have grown gray hair waiting for Pimp to actually log back into the game.
I'm glad you're reminding us, Semmler. You're absolutely right. That has happened before. I agree. Yes.
Short-term, man.
I mean, in
Short-term
general, I'd say in general, the Danish teams could be a little bit testing, so trying sometimes, can't they? In terms of getting disconnected from servers, even if it's not their own fault always, you know.
Mm-hmm.
These Danish people, man. You were talking about the quick pace of Deponeret so far, the terrorist team that we were watching right here. But it's what's surprising and what's not surprising. What's interesting is that LDLC play a pretty fast style themselves on the terrorist side, so you'd kind of think they would know how to fight that style since it's one that they kind of use as well. But I guess it doesn't always work that way.
It's like a learning process, right? It's like matchmaking almost, where you're not going to know who you're going to play against. And so the information that is in Happy, NBK, Shoxy, you know, the guys who are calling the shots for LDLC, the information that they go off of, with every team, they have just a mental playbook. All of that goes out the window when you start playing versus, you know, air quotes, a pug. Because right now, you know, it's like Fetish. Is Fetish actually calling? Is he just standing in? Who's actually calling the shots? What's actually happening over there? LDLC don't know.
I'm pretty sure that Fetish is actually part of the team, because I think they split ways with Glaive over that whole weird
Fetish
issue.
On it, yeah, but then it's just like, what kind of style are they going to be playing against? I don't think LDLC have that much experience versus them.
I don't think so either. Not yet. Oh, great. Oh, wow. AC opening up with 2 stunning headshots to take down Shox and Smiths, and that's obviously huge. Kirby wants to see if he can brush up on that a little bit. It's going to take down, Kiyoshima in the middle. Happy with the return kill, and now it's a 2-on-3. NBK close up. Will drop Pimp finally. So it's a 2-on-2. This grenade, though, pretty much perfect. Dead on to NBK. So bomb is down. It's a 2-on-2 retake, and it's not an easy one for LDLC. It'd be great if they could do this.
Well, it's actually crucial that they do this at this point. They're committed. They're just going to go balling right through, but Fetish insta-give on NBK, who was very low. Happy trying to take a fight, but he's not going to win. Nico shuts him down from Upper Dark with the help of Fetish from Plateau. And there you have it, 4-4. LDLC. Money isn't broken, but they're going to have to eco. Deponeret, this is what Dust 2 is all about for them. To get this pick, it's just, we can do crazy things that are going to catch LDLC off guard.
I did hear a rumor that Deponeret have been practicing pretty much all day. That they've actually been like having a pretty strict practice schedule for today, at least. I don't know what they've been doing every other day, but they are pretty warmed up, I'm sure. And you kind of have to if you're going to play LDLC. Like, you can't just go into it cold and hope for the best. So this time it's going to be another B rush, and AC will take down Smiths, though. Happy showing up quick C-set 75 to get a double kill. That auto pistol is back in action, and Happy has not forgot in the meantime how to use it. LDLC probably one of the teams that benefited the most from having the C-set 75 in, and now that it's sort of back in action a little bit, well, they're not slow to pick it up again. Nico, close range AWP to take down MBK, and things should be settling down now for the Danish team once again.
This should be a perfectly decent situation for them. Shoxy's working his way through long. Nice angle, though, on both. Nico picks off Shoxy. Fetish finds Happy. And Deponeret, it's really working out for them. This all-out aggression. It starts... That's the fun thing, though, is that then it starts to get LDLC guessing, right? It's like boxing or MMA or whatever you want to say. You know, it's like you start going for the body shots. Say B for body, right? You're going for the body shots, but then you try and shift it up because that's just to get the guy's guard to drop down. So are they going to put 2 guys solid onto B site? Are they going to try and keep guys in mid? It's going to keep LDLC guessing as to where the next shot is going to come from.
But they may have guessed right this time, because they're actually doubling up on long here, and they're going to get the majority of the kills so far. MBK just has to stay alive, and he will. Great double kill here from Nathan. Is going to leave the terrorist in a really awkward spot, so I think you're just exactly right. Sometimes it is a little bit about guessing right with your setup, and they decided they're not going to come B this time. It's going to be an A-long push, at least partially, and they got the better trade for it. So well played on LDLC. That's the kind of thing they need to get back into it. And I think it's still really early days. This could go absolutely either way for this map.
Certainly. Brought those hands up. Got to watch that pretty face, Shox. I mean, right now the round isn't done yet, though. Luck of position could work, and there you go. Fetish catches Kiyoshima, who's trying to rotate towards A, and just like that, Deponeret have B site.
Kiyoshima playing what I will term almost American Counter-Strike, in just like running with your knife and making a lot of noise. I don't know why Americans do that when they play, because American Counter-Strike is amazing to watch, but it is so fast, it's so aggressive, and It's very, very different. Oh, grenade there. Cute. Oh, Shoxy, how did he go down from that one? Now it's going to be MBK all alone here. 1-on-2, jumping and shooting and looking for Fetish. That last bullet connects, but Nico catches him looking over the wall with a little jump there. And it will be Deponeret making their way out of a 2-on-3, and that's actually painful for LDLC. That was a round they should have won.
It certainly feels like they had the advantage early on. I mean, with the initial frags, having the man advantage as well. If Kiyoshima doesn't run out, if Kiyoshima just sits on that site and waits for a bomb call, for his teammates on the other side to either say, well, we don't see anything, or there's the bomb. That doesn't happen, and LDLC managed to keep control. Fetish doesn't manage to pick him off for free. This time around, however, it's LDLC just losing 2 guys at long. They still managed to pick up AC and do a little bit of damage. NBK's got the scout, but they're going to be so close to him. He's got to be careful.
Making a lot of noise. He's running up as well. They definitely heard him, and the pistols here, they're going for the elevator boost. Kiyoshima, that's actually really smart, and look at that pimp. He probably was ready for someone being up in the site, but he wasn't ready for someone being boosted just looking over the wall like that. So now it's a 2-on-2. It can still be done by Kiyoshima here. Maybe he made a mistake last round, but he's trying to make up for it. Not going to be quite possible. He did get a double kill, which is great. And that's an expensive round for Deponeret. They lost a lot of members to almost nothing there. And it's the double up setup that's back. They're really quite adamant about this setup here on the CT side.
Trying to see exactly what's going to happen. I mean, right now they're going for picks. Fetish is even given the op at long, and both oppers miss their shots. Fetish in a good position, however. He tries to go through the smoke, find NBK. Bit of a lucky shot there, but Kirby isn't as lucky. NBK takes his head off.
Fetish still waiting for it. He's sure someone's going to come. He's just not entirely sure where it is, and the smoke should be fading here. He gets the shot on NBK, and without the X-ray, we get a little bit of a chance to see how difficult it can be to actually spot people once they're coming out of the side of the smoke like that. Grenade rains in. Shox is right here, and they also got the A bomb site on the lockdown. I think if they leave Fetish in the pit, could they go B right now, or are they going to... No, they're going to continue on to A. And with Happy down, there's a real chance now.
No, it has to be Shox. What a shot from Fetish.
Oh, Kiyoshima got the jumping headshot on AC. This is some really dirty Counter-Strike that's coming out. It's turned personal, I think, between the Danes and the French right now. And Kiyoshima gets the follow-up on AC as well. He's going to be pretty mad that he got killed by some guy jumping, but it's the classic, it's the Kukli spot if you prefer. Right now, it's just Pimp and Fetish against Smiths and Kiyoshima will find a double kill now. Fetish, the bomb is planted for him, and I think they know he's down here. They should absolutely know that he's down here, and he's going to go down to Smith, so... Really solid retake from LDLC. That's how it's supposed to work.
That is very just good pace, taking their time, not running in and giving these 1v1 duels, just working together, and then at the end even peeking together towards long, so that if Smith missed the shot, his teammate would pick it up. That's textbook right there. But that's what LDLC need, because I'm even almost willing to say that they're behind right now in this situation. They need to be coming out ahead on the rounds, or at least getting up to 6 or 7 rounds on CT side. If Deponeret get past it, it's like a Danish team. They're going to be going on CT side. They're just going to be that much stronger. I
agree. Actually, I think... I mean, I don't want to sound like it's panic time for LDLC, because it's definitely not. But I do think you're right. If they get up 6 rounds on the CT side, I think that's going to be putting them a little bit more at ease right now. And they're not that far away. Initial trade is Smiths for Fetish, so not the worst trade in the world, I think, for the Danish team. They're going to be alright about that. If they can kill Kiyoshima in this bomb site, that is going to be putting LDLC in a very, very tight spot. AC trying to check all the corners, the smoke here, and working a little bit for Kiyoshima. He gets the 1 kill, but can't get the follow-up. Nico jumping up in the box in the middle. Kirby to take down Happy. And now things are looking really tough for LDLC. I'm not even sure they should be fighting this. They don't have the money if they lose these rifles. Ooh, great initial kill from Shox here. Nico waiting down. He's going to pick up that 1 kill, and now Shox can't really do much of anything here unless they make a mistake on the stairs side. It's not going to work for Shox, and Grenade will actually explode him. That's cruel, Semmler.
I don't know, dude. I could think of crueler deaths. At least a grenade.
Tell me.
He was gone like that, right? You know, at least they didn't like strap him down over a fire ant nest, you know, paint him in honey first and leave him in the desert. That's a pretty cruel death right there. Grenade, Shoxy didn't even see it coming. He turned away.
Okay, remind me to ask for a separate hotel room next time we go to an event, because, you know, that's a little bit creepy right there. Smiths is going to go down. No fire ants involved, just an AWP, and that's definitely quick. almost won't feel a thing, I'm sure. Kiyoshima to go down through the door. And in T-spawn, Fetish is actually looking the wrong way, but NBK is making so much noise that this is going to be like a deathmatch kill almost. NBK going to be annoyed that someone was even holding there. Shox goes down next. And this is very tricky. This could be like a 9-6, 10-5 finish for Deponeret.
It very well could be. And what a fast first half as well. Just how quick these rounds have been going. Fetish finds happy in the end, so no extra kill there. A perfect round for Deponeret. I mean, that's how they want this to be going. And now they've got all the guns. They've got everything they need here to make it 10-5. Feels so odd to say 10-5 T-side Dust 2, just because we've seen so many teams now just dominate on their CT side.
Triple AWP. Triple AWP on Deponeret's side, and Smith is going to peek the middle. He comes out on top against Nico, goes for the next shot. Shock's taking down Kierbu, and just to remind everyone, there's only 2 people with armor right now in LDLC. They bought 2 glass cannon AWPs. That's how much they wanted it in this last round, and it's paying off. A pretty big risk, I would say, for LDLC's point of view. They also have almost no grenades for a retake or anything like that. So if they hadn't got these entry frags and the bomb went down, it would have been an awkward position. Also, no defuse kit either. I mean, there's so much that is potentially wrong with this, except it's going so right. So, well played, LDLC. Just to see if they can get this last round in.
Yeah, man. No Kevlar, and Smith has got a very cheeky spot up on Plateau right now.
Yeah.
You know that AC was not expecting that.
And then the problem is AC calls it for Fetish, and Fetish like, all right, I'll totally go and look, and then Smiths is just like a little bit to the left instead, and it's really annoying. So Smiths at the end coming out exactly like we said he should, top fragging on this map with the AWP doing a really fine job. But it might have been a little bit too late because 9-6 is, I think the Danes are going to be pretty excited. If they win the pistol round, we might be going to Inferno. You know, I don't want to say quick, but we might be going to Inferno with a 1-0 victory for Deponeret.
I wouldn't even put it past them at this point. I mean, the Danes CT side, Dust 2, now they can just sit back. Nico can post up with that AWP, choose different parts of the map just to lock down. Yeah, everybody has got a chance to shine now on Deponeret's side. So 3 guys across. Smith spots this information. He's going to be communicating that to his teammates, so he knows now at least 1 guy mid, 2 guys toward B. Don't go rushing into B site right now, guys. They aren't light over there.
Yeah, they got Happy controlling Longhouse. This is a very standard spread coming out from LDLC. They're making sure that top and A... Oh, actually, they're going out the middle already, but they always know short and mid is covered as well because they're moving out right now. Pimp is already down to 11 health, and if he only had a grenade, he could return some damage right now, but he can't. They smoked up CT spawn, and I think they're waiting. Look at how they are. They're waiting for someone to come up from B. They really want to get that kill before they go, so actually very smart play from the French side here. Now they're finally going to go Fetish in a very hard battle for his life. It's going to go down inside the bomb site. Things are not going to get easier for AC in the backside here. Can't do what Smith did on the first half. He gets no kills, and LDLC, man, they're right back in the game with this pistol round.
Yeah, even the drop down from Happy works out. He picks off Nico. It's Pimp, who's very low on HP, and Kierby in a 2-on-4 retake of B site. Not looking too hot here for Deponeret. I mean, Kierby has got half HP now. There's no backing up. This is a pistol. Unless Pimp wants to hold on to his Kevlar, that's an option. And
yeah.
Kierby should just be throwing himself to the wolves right now. Just try and find a kill.
I think they want to see what they could do at this point in time. Kierby is going to go down, and so is Pimp. Near flawless round coming in from LDLC. I do like this this very cool idea about smoking off CT spawn and then waiting on the right-hand side of the middle, looking that way, so see if anyone comes in to peek. Because Pimp is going to be calling. There's a couple of people in the middle. I saw them, and they smoked off, obviously. So if you're just looking that way, maybe you could catch someone, and especially in a pistol round where there's much less of a chance that there's going to be, like, Molotovs and HE grenades thrown in like that. So I don't mind that at all. Lots of pistols on the Deponet side, but no armor being purchased. That's interesting.
Yeah, they don't... I think it's just max money. That maybe Fetish, Nico, Ops, that sort of thing, right? They just want to have as much money as possible for the next round. Smiths is warmed up now as well. I mean, he's got that scout. He already tagged Fetish at the mid doors, so Fetish, he's low on HP. This is looking like basically this should be a bread and butter round for LDLC. They shouldn't have to do anything crazy to take it.
No, and it feels a bit silly commending people for doing what is called the standard spread, but it's good to see anyway, because when you forget to do it, when you're feeling too confident, or you're underestimating your opponents, you forget to hold long, to hold up a dark, and all of a sudden someone snuck up behind you with a P250 and things get really ugly. So I think that's just it's so common for LDLC to do this, but it's still important that they keep doing it because it shows you at least that they have the minds in the right place. They aren't underestimating Deponeret at all. It was Happy holding over here, is MBK holding top, and then obviously they put everyone else, like 3 members in the middle, and that means you're pretty much covered. No one's going to sneak up behind you, and if they do, you at least know that they're coming. So that you want to see teams do this all the time, unless they have like a specific strat in mind, and it's actually always a good indicator if someone's doing something tricky if you see them not doing it. But again, we see Happy over here, and the rest of them are going up, so they're leaving some room in the middle, and look at what Deponeret are doing. I'm glad we talked about this, because now we understand what it means.
Yeah, they have no idea as well, because Smith backed off. He saw 2 guys go across. But Happy, luckily for him, he was looking at top mid when that happened, so he's not going to get caught off guard. There may be a guy lower dark, it's Fetish, who's holding there. But the rest of LDLC, they just get control of B, and they rush out into mid right now. They want to try and catch Deponeret out, punish them for this early aggression.
Yeah, I think the very moment they realized that there was no one in B, the game was up a little bit, and Deponeret also slowed down in the middle, which means all of a sudden it's not as effective. But yeah, a bit of an indication of what might happen if you give up mid control too easily. This time it had no real effect on the game. It was just fine anyway for the Frenchman, and they're about to equalize the score at 9-9. So I mean, that's pretty much anybody's game. 9-9 on Dust 2 is fine for both sides.
Nice shots by Pimp. I just love Pimp's choice of P250 skin as well.
What is his choice, Semmler?
You've never noticed, Anders? Come on. Got the Franklin, man. It's like money surrounds him. Got the rings, got the Franklins, got everything.
Could that be like the next cosmetic item added, like small rings to the game?
Only for Pimp.
Brass knuckles, beat someone up instead of fighting the knife round? I don't know.
Well, you gotta, it's like one of those novelty knives, right? Where it's like the trench knife. It's not a novelty knife, it's a trench knife, where it's like brass knuckles with the blade coming out the top. There's your next knife, mate.
I have a feeling if I tried to punch someone with the brass knuckles, I'd really end up stabbing myself in a weird way if I had one of those. I'm not that confident in my own knife-wielding abilities. But we're into the 19th round, and it's the second half first map. So if you're just joining us here, then it's pretty much right on time. This is a best-of-3 game. It's only the first map. It's Deponeret that chose the map. It's the ex-Copenhagen Wolves team, in case you are confused and wondering what's going on. They're playing LDLC in a best-of-3 here. So, yeah, big welcome to the show, everybody. We'll have to see if this AWP from Nico, because I think you said this earlier, Semmler, that on the CT side, Nico's really going to have to step it up, and I think you're absolutely right. But look at the fake coming out here. Lots of noise being made. They're doing exactly what Deponeret did. Shocks jump into CT spawn, and now they're going to go for it. They get the initial trade. AC, well, he wanted to flash himself in and try and go aggressive, but MBK did not have the patience for it, and now they have to wait. They can't retake this. There's no way.
No, and with that smoke down, I like this play here. Really safe by Nico. I was expecting him to catch, or for Shoxy rather, to catch Nico off guard. But Nico, because that smoke is down, because they lost control of mid so quickly, they don't actually know where LDLC are. So rather than run in, they're not doing anything.
He's just waiting. If MBK checks this, we're going to have to report him. That's like, that would be too creepy. Oh, that's actually very funny. I'm sorry, he shouldn't be laughing at someone getting shot in the back of the head, but that was really good. But then...
That's not good, though.
Wow!
He should have almost let like, I was wondering, he should have let FBK go by there and literally just lived through the round.
I don't think he was counting on Happy just actually running and shooting with the AK. I don't think Happy stopped for that shot. Oh my god. Well, reconnect in from one person on the LDLC side, and we should be good to go again. Smith's just going to be back in a second. But I like the cheek from LDLC to pull off the same stat that the Danes did to them. A little bit different, because actually when Pimp did it, he rushed all the way through and joined the rest of his crew at B. Shocks with a slight variation of smoking off, which is actually almost even cooler. And then waiting in CT spawn, meaning if the people who are on A want to reconnect with the team, they're going to have to run through the smoke, or they're going to have to go short and then into middle, which is a longer route. And even then, they still have to worry about Shocks and fight him while they're also being shot from the B bomb site. So it's all very bad, almost no matter how you put it. Really well played. I like that, you know. Just showing we can do the same. We're not that impressed.
It's different varieties, different. I'm just really impressed with how clean LDLC's T side has been.
Yeah,
it hasn't even really been like these YOLO rushes or anything. You know what Deponeret was throwing at them. It really feels just like LDLC. They've got just clean strats. This is the difference between a team that's had a long time to work together and one that's, you know, not necessarily just been thrown together, but has a little bit less experience running with a lineup.
Yes, I think that's an accurate description, at least. A little bit less in that sense. But, yeah, Nico's AWP, it was kind of put out of, like, it never even became a question because he was down at long initially. And by the time he came back to middle, the smoke was off and Sharks was waiting on the side. So, I mean, as powerful as it could be having an AWP, if the other team is going to play in a way so that finding the right spot for that AWP is really, really hard, then, you know, that's one way to deal with it. And I'm not sure if LDLC only had that in mind with the strat, but it certainly worked out that way. Running out on long. No one's going to face Nico or challenge him. Happy's just making a bit of noise and being annoying again. Same setup, NBK top, and then they're running out the middle, and Shox is so fast. This is almost unreal. There's no way they can really anticipate this. Pimp spots one. Is anyone going to realize they might be coming through? No, they don't, and Shox, free kill, goes for the second one, sprays down, and pretty much won the round right there and then. They even lose Kierbu, and now things are getting really bad here for Deponeret. This might be LDLC about to run away with this second half here, because this is really brutal. Nico, good shot on Happy. He probably should have been dead then, but he gets to live a little bit longer.
Yeah, and the question now is whether Pimp will do any damage before he gets taken out. They're going to run right past him. They don't want to go through that smoke. Yoshima is there to block him in. And Smith, it's just instant death. No chance to react. Nothing going.
And they know where he is, and they actually have a little bit of time as well here. He put up the smoke, but that's not going to keep anyone back. They know they can just go and look for him immediately, and Smiths will drop him. No AWP saved, and that is going to be the end of it. So that's just really, really well played. Shox is a terrifying player for exactly this reason. He knows, instinctively it almost seems like, that they haven't been holding too close middle. They know that Pimp's been holding in here. No one's been holding this angle. They've just been two people in the bomb site, so he says, alright, fine. If I just run out, then you guys aren't going to anticipate it. I'm here faster than your internal clock tells you that I am going to be. And that's what wins the round, essentially. So, just super well played by Shox.
It's all about the nuances. Right now, Happy is just administering the beatdown along. Third man is going to be there, Pimp, but he's a little bit too late. Nice jump there by AC, though. He takes out Shoxy. So, bomb is dropped at mid. Not really going to worry LDLC too much. They've still got a 3-on-2 going for them. But this is going to make them work a little bit harder.
Would have been great if Pimp could have taken down Smith and made a 2-on-2, and they would have had the bomb from two different angles, right? Top of mid and middle. That would have been really good, but it's hard round to win there, and we're at 12-9. Now I think is one of the rounds that Deponeret needs to win, right? It's been how many? 6 in a row, 5 in a row. I think 6 in a row for LDLC on the second half here. So it has to stop now.
Yeah, it's pretty much been a wall of yellow, if you look at the stats.
Yeah, and, I mean, just to look at the variation or the adjustment that Deponeret are doing now, because Nico's been out on long so many times and hasn't seen any action at all. He's been completely ineffective the second half because they haven't really gone for him. Now they're putting him middle, and LDLC are switching up the other way. It's almost like they're mocking them. You know, say, oh, you're going to put Nico middle? Well, we're just going to rush A in that case, or go for A in that case where you have Pimp and Kierbu, but no AWP, which is, you know, what's going to be so successful for them or so effective. This is cool play from LDLC. They're reading them well.
It's back to the mind games, man. It's exactly that. You set him up for one thing, and then you go for another right at the perfect time, and Kyoshima is going to be able to pick up Kierbu here to start. There is Pimp alive on the site, but no longer. Shoxy and Happy, they just wreck the A defense as if it wasn't even there. Well, okay then. At that point, you have to be really wondering on the Deponeret side, like, what the hell can you do? Like, this caliber of player, how do you handle these guys?
Well, I would say right now, I mean, they're hitting some terrifying shots as well on the LDLC side. Oh, and it's that one sneaking through the smoke, Happy. That's so sexy. But even without hitting these shots, just the fact that they can accurately predict where Nico is going to be and constantly play with smokes around him so that he never gets a chance to get like a really good shot. Because if they go for Nico, let's say when Nico's out long, now that we have a pause we can draw on the map anyway here. Let's say they go out long and Nico's there to get the first 2 kills, he falls back and all of a sudden it's a 5-on-3, or they come up short and he's down by the car sniping this way. Like, there's so many classic Dust 2 AWP situations where Nico could have made a big difference and he's had almost no chance to do anything at all. And that's not an accident, that's by LDLC's design, which is kind of one of the ways you can tell that they're a pretty decent team.
Pretty decent.
Yeah. They're like halfway decent.
Yeah, sort of. You know, on a good day.
Yeah. I mean, in matchmaking,
Totally Gold Nova, like
Yeah.
at least Gold Nova.
I think they might be an unfair matchup in most matchmaking teams.
Maybe on Dust 2, Smith plays like a sheriff, but that might be pushing it. Of course, this is his. It kind of feels like his map to run. He runs the place, right?
He's doing really well. Happy as well as up at 22 kills actually. So yeah, that's just terrifying. 2 people from the Danish side have disconnected, so hopefully they'll be back any second. I mean, the answer, if we're going to have to talk about this, since we do have to talk about something, the answer for Deponeret, because the reason LDLC is allowed to do this is that the Danish team is playing really passively. Regardless of their setup, let's just go with the 2-1-2, where you have like Nico down the middle and then 2 people up A, and maybe one of these guys is going to be down long. Doesn't really matter. 2-1-2. The problem here is that there's so little information. Deponeret only knows what's going to happen once it's happening. If they had people pushing upper dark, if they had people pushing on short to get some info, then maybe they'd get a little bit more knowledge of what's going on. But they're scared to do that right now, and I can't really blame them. But I think playing so passively is allowing LDLC a lot more options, and they can sort of pick and choose exactly where they want to go. And they've been right 100% of the time so far in the second half, and that's just something you can't deal with.
Yeah, that's the thing. They did go for an early push dip in there. They tried to put some early aggression out a couple rounds ago. What was it? Was it the second round of the half? Believe so. Regardless, they try. They just need to uncurl from that ball that they've just found themselves in, right? Where they just curled up trying to avoid the shots. Now they need to try and unfurl and just like start throwing some of their own. Go for pushes into upper dark. Try and push through long house. These sorts of things that might actually work versus LDLC, might catch LDLC off guard. The only question is, LDLC are also, I don't want to say they're playing fairly carefully because they are going for some aggression over at long, for example. It is like you have to just be sitting here thinking, well, what can you do when they're hitting all the shots, and that's pretty much the baseline for every play is, can we kill them or not before dying?
Yeah, it is not an easy situation to be in. I think initially it looked like it was an even spread between Deponeret hitting their shots and LDLC hitting their shots. But now, come the second half, it's like LDLC have sort of warmed up a little bit, and now they are really hitting some terrifying shots. So hard to deal with, and I would like to see Deponeret try and take sort of their fates into their own hands and just saying let's deny them the map control. Let's make sure they can't just get the setup that they're looking for, and hopefully it'll work. And if it won't, we're really no worse off anyway. They should all be back on the server at any second here. So while they are rejoining, big thanks to everyone for tuning in. Hope you guys will go and follow us on Twitter. The link should be in the chat somewhere, I'm assuming. And yeah, this is the ESL Pro League. It's only the first map. There's still Inferno coming up, which is LDLC's map choice. This is Deponeret's map choice, and things were looking great for them in the first half. They had a really good first half at 9-6. So they should be happy, but I don't think they are. I think they're starting to feel the pressure of LDLC on top of them.
I think they're definitely starting to feel the pain. I'm trying to look for a bench during the downtime, but I'm not finding one right now.
0 benches. Nice headshot, though. If only could have happened a nanosecond earlier before Kyebu took one to the stomach. That would have been even better, but that's still really good stuff. Kyoshima in the middle, tagging up Fetish a tiny bit, and Happy's going to fall back. He takes the AWP with him. He doesn't want them stealing it, and that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's clever play there.
Did he throw the other one away, I'm wondering? Did he throw it on top? Yes, he threw his AK on top of or over the wall, so they can't even steal the AK. Very smart play. Cerebral move coming out from LDLC. Pimp up in the A-bomb site, waiting behind the box, and it's going to peek out a little bit sloppy, but he connects with Shocks. Follow-up kill there. Pimp not going to settle for being called sloppy. He's just going to get a quick double kill to bring it back in their favor, and now they just have to relax and play together, and this should be an almost unlosable round for Deponeret.
They just have to keep their cool. 45 seconds left, though. Does mean there's a little bit of time here for LDLC to try and sweat them out. Kyoshima is going to find one, but he loses his teammate Happy. Happy had the HP as well. Kyoshima is going to get overwhelmed here. He's down to 3 HP alive on the site. He still takes Nico with him. These are kills that Deponeret can ill afford to give up right now. They don't have fat stacks of cash sitting at home ready to rebuy all these guns that they're dropping.
Oh, they really can't. You're absolutely right. Chances that Kyoshima will win this 1-on-3 is just very, very minimal. I like his idea, though. He really wants to see if they're going to go aggressive. He will go down to AC, but you're still right. That's a lot of rifles to lose in a 2-on-4 like that. Should have been Should have been maybe 1, maybe Pimp going down, and then they should have been able to seal it. But 10 to 13, and at least it's a window back in for Deponeret to do something. It's a lot of money on LDLC to buy still in the next, what, 3 rounds in a row at least, but maybe even more. So it's a little bit scary.
Yeah, they're going to be able to keep the pressure up for a while right now. And LDLC again going for bread and butter on their side. Nice pick there by NBK taking out Fetish, though. That's a great opening here on the B side. Weakens the defense. And immediately LDLC are trying to make it look like they're going to try and jump on that. Throwing the smokes out to make it look like it's going to be a B split. But they are moving up short right now with the bomb.
Well, look at Kirby. He's going to underhand throw his way into Longhouse, and Happy's going to get caught. That was some very sexy play. That underhand throw being utilized is always fun to watch. And it worked great, but the bomb is still down, and it's planted for short, which LDLC control, and that's the big play right here. Pimp gets 1, MBK with a return, and AC's going to get him killed in the end, so it's an interesting 2-on-2. They can't lose this Deponeret. They'll probably lose the map if they lose this round, so it's pretty much all or nothing right now. Shocks in sight, goes for AC, does the damage, missing a bunch of shots here, and Nico going for the jump scout, no scope. Not sure there's really time for those shenanigans. He's going to go down at the time had run out anyway, so that's it. Semmler 14 to 10, and no money left on Deponeret.
Yeah, do they have CZs? What do they go for? Okay, AZ's got the CZ. Pimp, P250. He's got the Franklin. That's all right. 5-7 on Nico. Double Deagle. This is the extent of Deponeret's armory right now. They just don't have the money. That was worst case scenario, winning a round and then losing the following round. That's going to set it up perfectly here for LDLC. Now they go for the aggression though. Upper dark. AC just barely fails to get that kill.
Oh, well, he's going to follow it up, though. Grenade will rain right in there on Fetish. Sprayed down. Kiyoshima controlling it nicely. And Pimp is going to go down in lower dark. So, Kiebu, he's got the AK, and he should save it. Sad as it sounds, the best thing for them to do is try and fight for overtime. Which is not impossible. It's definitely not impossible for them to get an overtime here, but it's not easy.
It's definitely one of those wah, 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 wah moments. You're just not gonna... Oh no, and Shoxy spotted him as well. Oh, Shoxy's just gonna hunt. I mean, he could buy the time here. Shoxy doesn't know if he's waiting on the other side of that smoke. Kirby stepping, however, may give it away. Shoxy could potentially be calling for some kind of movement into T-spawn.
Yeah. It's a good position for Kirby because he can sort of duck and stand up at any moment. And no one's coming from behind, although he's not quite sure about that. LDLC, they're not hunting him too aggressively, but they will come eventually, and he's going to choose to play it safely, which I think is a good idea, so he's not going to get found. They get the AK, they could buy some stuff here. I kind of wish they'd go for a bunch of scouts, just because that's always fun.
Nico will oblige.
Look at the 5-4 ops on the other team, though. Someone makes a crossing, and he never even touches the ground. Only his cold corpse is gonna find his way to the B side of the map. And over at B, NBK also got a close B spawn to get that kill. Finally, Kiebu with a return, but this is map point right now for LDLC.
Ah, nice wallbang there by Kiyoshima as well to catch Kirby. Kirby trying to get something going, some kind of momentum going for his team, but it's not meant to be. Nico with the scout holding on short, looking for the shot. He's going to miss 2 of them, and now it's going to be the perfect rush down. Just like that, we lose the other man, and Terrorists, LDLC that is, will be picking up the map 1610.
Yeah, there it is. Kind of hard to deal with, I would say, for the ex-Copenhagen Wolves lineup there. I mean, that was just that was LDLC. I mean, off to a slightly slow start, but once they got started, it was it seemed like they just never really stopped, did they?
No, total freight train moment. Fetish must be you know,